Would you like to get 3 meals out of 1? Hi, Sandra Bale here, Hometown Realty, and today I'm going to teach you how. Okay, so today I'm going to teach you how to get 3 meals from just 1 if you plan it right. Now, this will save you a lot of money, but on top of that, it will save you a lot of time. We're all so busy that it's hard to come home and make a home-cooked meal every single night and something that is healthy for you. And we don't want you just running out and grabbing something to eat, especially fast food, just because you simply don't have time to deal with it. Or even buying like the packaged foods that have all the sodium and junk and not a whole lot of nutrition, to be completely honest with you. So for a perfect example, and this is the kinds of things that I have learned to do over the years, and I do a lot of this. We put a lot of stuff in the freezer, make extras of things like that, and then you can just pull it out and it's there. Makes it so much easier. But last week, this particular one that I did, the first night I bought a roast, and the roast was about a 2 to 3 pound roast, more than we need, obviously, for the 3 of us. With Mom, there's 3, and it's hard to find a roast that's much smaller than that. So I went ahead and got the roast, and I went ahead and got the whole 5-pound bag of potatoes, and I got one of those bags of the carrots, not the sliced, but the little baby carrots. And I went ahead and put it all in there, seasoned it all up good, cooked it all, put a bunch of water in the bottom of the pan so I got a lot of broth from it. So that night we had the roast. Now the roast I got on sale. It was one of those that had the little sticker, look for those yellow stickers, the quick sell. That is not bad meat. They could not sell it if it was bad. It's not going to make you sick as long as you cook it quickly. So if you can't cook it that day or the next, put it in the freezer until you can, but you will save so much money by buying the meat like that. Now, some things, if you're particular about it, you may want the fresh stuff, but for most of it, I've done this for years, and you cannot tell a difference, and you save so much money. So this roast was originally $19. I got $4 off, so I got it for $15. And so I put the roast in, cooked it, we ate it for dinner that night. Then I took the roast and put it in a separate container with all the broth and all of that was left over. I put the potatoes and carrots in a bowl, put it in the refrigerator, and I let it go for the night. The next night, I came home from work, and I took it all out, cut the roast up really tiny, and put it in a pan with, garlic, and made stroganoff out of it. Basically, whatever your recipe is. I had to buy a couple of extra things for that, so that made it a little more expensive that night, but not as much as if I'd had to start from scratch. But instead of putting it over noodles, I cut up, the first night we just ate the potatoes, as they are, the cooked potatoes, threw a little sour cream on them and ate them like that, because I do love roasted potatoes. But the ones that were left over, I cut them up and made mashed potatoes out of them. And we had our stroganoff over the mashed potatoes. And I took the leftover carrots and cut those up and put them inside the stroganoff, so there was our vegetable. So within 30 minutes, because that's the longest thing we all know with stroganoff, is that it has to cook forever to get that meat tender. Well, the roast had already cooked, so it was already tender. In 30 minutes, we had a delicious second meal that tasted completely different, was completely different, and we saved a lot of money, and out the door in 30 minutes, you got a home-cooked meal. There was enough left over, as a matter of fact, that I took it and put it in a freezer bag, and so I'm actually getting more than 3 meals, but we're just going to call it 3 for 1 because this is the ones we've actually eaten. But I actually put that in a freezer bag, and there's enough left that another night when I'm in a hurry, I can come home and just make some noodles and pour it over the noodles. So we've got that in the freezer for another time. Then the third night, we still had a little bit of mashed potatoes left. So the third night, I had some country fried steak in the freezer, enough for all of us that had cooked another night. I just took that out, warmed that up. I took the leftover mashed potatoes and made potato dumplings out of it. If you've not had that, look it up. It's delicious. Oh my gosh, when I worked at the German restaurant, I used to get in trouble for not telling people we had it because I loved them so much. It has bacon and cheese, and you just basically add flour to it and bacon and cheese and stuff, and you kind of fry it in a pan, sort of like you would meatballs, just until it gets brown all over, and oh, it's delicious. So I made those. And then we had the country fried steak, and I warmed up a vegetable. So that was 3 nights. Now, the important thing to look at is what it originally cost me was $15 for the roast, and then $4 for the potatoes, and $2 for the carrots. So the first night, if you divide that by 3, that's $7. Okay, so the first night I didn't do anything else to it. So our first night's meal cost us $7. And our second night's meal, I added a few things which cost me a couple of dollars to make the stroganoff. You know, some soups and things like that, some extra seasoning ingredients. And so that one cost about $9, but that was still feeding 3 people. $9 is for all 3 people. So you can't get a home-cooked meal for $3 anywhere. Come on, per serving. And then the third night, because I used the leftover meat from a different night, but I did add in the stuff for the potatoes. The potato dumplings do take some bacon and cheese and things of that nature, so there was an extra couple dollars in there. So that night cost us $9. Now, I didn't even include the fact that we've got a whole other thing of stroganoff in there that all I got to do is add the noodles to some night when I'm tired and don't feel like cooking or don't have time to deal with it. So it's very important when you're going to the grocery store, plan things out and think about it. Over the years, many times, I have taken the leftover roast and either thrown it in the freezer or thrown it in the refrigerator and waited a day or 2 and then made beef stew. So there's all kinds of things that you can do. There's so much information out there. There's so many recipes, and it just helps so much, not only to save you a lot of money, and I promise you, you will save a lot of money, but also to save yourself time and keep you on task so you're not going out to eat and spending money on junk. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please give me a like, and please be sure to subscribe for more helpful tips like this. Again, I'm Sondra Bale with Hometown Realty. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.